God was against us, and reconciliation is that he did something so he could be for us now.
That's right.
That's kind of how we've thought of it. As if God was like this warlord warring against us.
Yeah.
And now he did something so he didn't have to war against us
He was
anymore.
honked up for all those years.
Yeah, like God was Goliath and David was Jesus. And Jesus came and he conquered God's anger with us.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we've thought of reconciliation. But reconciliation has nothing to do with God having been against us and now being for us. Reconciliation is actually the manifestation of God first being for us. He did this because he was for us. Do you see what I'm saying? He come and took our sin and death into himself because he was for us. He didn't do it so he could be for us. He did it because he already was for us. He did it because he was always our advocate. He was always our David. He was never our Goliath. Right? And so we've created this thing where the favor of God is that God wasn't favorable towards us. But God has always been favorable towards us. That's why he sent Jesus. Jesus coming is the manifestation of the favor of God. We were dead in our sin. We hadn't done anything. We didn't believe. We didn't believe. None of us had believed, Paul said. None of us had believed. We all walked out of the path of righteousness, Jew and Gentile. The poison of asps was under our tongues. All of us were declaring the words of iniquity. Every single one of us. And then God sent Jesus. Isn't that the favor of God?
You bet.
Well, where were we at when he did that?
Dead in our sin.
Dead in our sin. And so we act like Jesus had to do something so God could be favored. No, the favor of God is that when God saw us, even when we were dead in our sin, his face shined in adoration. And because his face shined in adoration and his heart told him it's the time of love, this is who I've been looking for all my life, he sent Jesus, his favor. That is his favor, right? That is the manifestation of his favor.
I think understanding